What's up, man? Welcome to another episode. Today we talking about the Warriors. This is one of my personal favorite games. I think this came out in, let me see. This came out in October of 2005. I ain't gonna lie to you. And everybody know most movie games suck ass.
Ash, you're pulling scout. Get up to Tony's fish market.
But I want to stay. Do what the warlord says, Ash.
Just check things out. Don't mess with nobody and report back to me. Swan, Furman, get ready. The destroyers are going to hit hard tonight.
But this was actually one of the games that actually, man, was lit. This was lit. I ain't even gonna count. But we finna go ahead and get into the video, man. Y'all like, subscribe, and comment, man. I appreciate y'all. Hear me? October 17th, 2005, October. Rockstar Games drops a movie tied-in game on Xbox and PS2 based on a cult film from the 70s. I think 1979 to be exact. About street gangs in New York with no guns. By every rule of video game history, this shit should have been ass. I ain't even gonna count. Movie games are always trash. Licensed games are usually that bullshit. Let's be 1000. I believe this and Scarface are the two games that stuck out to me that was converted over from a movie. This is a movie game about a 26-year-old, at the time, 26-year-old cult classic where grown men wear baseball uniforms. Goddamn, I think I seen one nigga wearing a bear and a cheetah. That's 3 layers that should have made this shit flop. But the crazy thing is, this bitch was lit. And yet the Warriors are still one of the highest selling, most played Rockstar classic games to this day. This is part 1. This is the premise that shouldn't have worked. Here's the setup. You're a part of the gang, the Warriors, from Coney Island. Y'all get framed for murdering a gang leader and have to make it from here to goddamn what seemed like Mississippi on feet. You got a brawl, you got a boom, boom, boom. Really, it's really one mission where you boom, boom, boom. You really just beating niggas with hands, with your raid baseball. But that's the movie. The movie is 93 minutes long, but I think the game is like 15 hours long. So Rockstar has to make a game that they can make great, that don't feel like a filler game. They don't just feel like shit. Man, they just threw this shit in for no reason. It actually had to be a good game because the reputation was on the line of Rockstar. Because you got to think, Rockstar was having goddamn its way back to back to back to back with these games. And they had to keep the same momentum for us to actually believe in Rockstar. This is like your homeboy saying, I'm going to drop an album. I'm going to launch a mixtape. I'm going to make a clothing line in a food truck all by Tuesday. Man, it should be impossible. It should be a disaster. It should be the kind of thing where you look and you just quietly unfollow that nigga. Here's the wild part. Instead of flopping, instead of just adapting to the movie, it made the movie adapt to it. It's like a prequel. I'll say the first 3/3 of the game is original. You build the Warriors from nothing. You recruit members, you earn respect, fight for your territory. You basically running a street gang startup. Zero funding, terrible HR, no dental. Then the final act plays out through the movie's actual plot. And since Rockstar spent tens of thousands of dollars, you start to care about the movie, not only the game. It made me go back and watch the movie.
Come out to play.
They took a 93-minute movie, built 10 hours of original content before it, somehow made both better. That's like adding a prequel album to a classic, and a prequel is just as good as the original mixtape. You understand it? That's like Drake dropping the views from the sick, and then nigga dropping the views. Nigga. Part 2, the combat. Let's talk about the combat. The combat wasn't basic. The Warriors combat is way better than any GTA game on PlayStation 2 or Xbox. Let's be real. The fighting system had 3 attack forms: light, heavy, and mid. You also had a raid, but nigga, you on that gin in a cup and I'm rolling, popping pills 2x2 and I can't hold it. Pass me some water so I can roll harder. I mean, it made you power up. Yeah, man. You also had team command. You can tell your crew to wreck the environment. You can tell them stay stay right here, or you can tell them fuck everybody, it's up. In the rage mode, when you feel that bitch and your TV had that red tint to it, the audio and the beat dropped to a low hum, and your character turned into a goddamn monster, a goddamn savage, goddamn Randy Savage, Hulk Mania, Run Wild, Super Saiyan, goddamn all in one. I had arguments with my cable company seeing less satisfaction than this. Popping rage mode and goddamn a room full of baseball fury. Here's the thing, this was 2005. 2005, people. The melee combat feels better than games coming out today. The weight, the impact, the satisfaction of grabbing two gang members and smacking their head across goddamn together like some goddamn coconuts. That's not violent. That's fun. That's fun than a motherfucker. Here's CJ San Andreas in a room with anybody from the Warriors and CJ getting folded like laundry. Let's be real. I said it and I stand on it. Part 3, the atmosphere that you can feel. The Warriors didn't have a big budget. The movie is based off $4 million. Not $4 million, $4 million. That's less than what Rockstar spent on GTA 6. GTA 5, shit, that's probably less than what they spent to make San Andreas. I'm gonna be real. Cause it took what, 2 years to make San Andreas from Vice City? So they had to be creative. And what they created was one of the most atmospheric games. Looking at me like, nigga, this ain't even a word. Yes, it's a word. Maybe. Every gang had its own style, own flair, own charisma, own reason why you could look at them and be like, shit, I would've fucked around joining them. Yeah. The baseball Furies wore paint and carried bat. Never explained, justified, none of that shit. They never justified. You just accepted it. You never was like, man, why the fuck these niggas walking around with goddamn a clown mask with a baseball bat? We wasn't asking that. We was just playing that bitch. They ain't asked for no goddamn, can we do this? Imagine walking through the Bronx, the BX, seeing 9 grown men in Yankee outfits with a goddamn paint on your face. I'm talking about in real life. Imagine that in real life. And pinstripe makeup looking like Kiss. Sprinting at you with a Louis, what they call that bitch? A Louisville slugger. Like this. One hand. Like this. One hand running at you like this. Finna smack your goddamn head off your neck. That's a Broadway production. Not assault. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe that is a little assault. Little Broadway assault charge. Maybe. Then you get the hi-hats. They dress like goddamn little mimes and shit, or memes and shit, whatever the fuck you call them. The people that be in the park like this, that be like this in the park, they were dressed up like them. It look like they studied performance art, but instead of dancing, they on your ass. You hear me? New York and nightfall feel dangerous. Not in the video game way. In a I don't want to be in this dark ass place at night way.
Sorry, but the celebration has been cut short. When you guys put your tags on hi-hats turf, it pisses me off. Me and my hi-hats are the only artists allowed to work in Soho. All the exits are barred. Hi-hats! I want you to break these amateurs in fucking half!
The grainy film filter, the 1979 radio static bleed every goddamn 10 seconds, the way the civilians would scatter when they saw your colors and your vest, like roaches when the goddamn light come on, just like this. Running back and forth like this and shit. Rockstar built an atmosphere out of vibe because they didn't have $100 million to pour into this bitch. So they had to be great at what they did have. Had to work with the limitations and make them not limitations, if you understand what I'm saying. Part 4, the tag team system, which is probably one of my favorite aspects of the game. But here's the feature that I genuinely love. The tag team system, you didn't play with the Warriors alone. You had a crew with you at all times. And the game let you switch between them instantly. Push the button, you a war chief. Push another button, you a goddamn hacker. Push another button, you just a nigga that can throw hands. Each member had different moves. Each member had a different flair that made them them. It was like the Avengers, but everybody from the project, and nobody had a goddamn cape. When your rage meter was full, you could execute a team raid that a goddamn pitch Suge Knight in the coma, nigga. Every warrior on screen went berserk went ballistic, said it's up there. What Cardi B say it up when it's up and it's stuck, and it's up when it's up and it's stuck, and it's up and it's stuck. You were unstoppable. It felt like you were 5 people in one. Felt like you probably fucking popped a yerk and an X pill in a Tesla, and you said, fuck it, I don't care about nothing. Between missions, you back at the honeycomb hideout, training, getting better. Imagine coming home from work and you immediately start sparring with your homeboy. You like, shit, what's up, bitch? Modern open game wars forget these boundaries they should have been using. The game lets you breathe. The game gives you time to power back up and focus. Modern open game wars, modern open games, they kind of forget how to let you breathe. It's like, or filled with just a whole bunch of boring stuff. They forget how to keep the game fun, man. That's why a lot of new games I don't be hyped to play. I be feeling like I'm playing the same game over and over again. When I played the Warriors, it felt like I was playing a new game that I had never played before. Part 5, why it still mattered. The Warriors came out of 2005. So decent, got good reviews, then it just disappeared. Rockstar never remastered it, and the PS4 version is just the PS2 version repack. And that's a crime because the Warriors deserve way, way better. They did things in 2005 that GTA still hasn't did to this day. Team combat felt meaningful. A prequel that made the original story kind of feel piss poor. An atmosphere with limited budget, but seemed like that motherfucker just live in your heart, live in your soul. That's like finding out your favorite rapper mixtape. Your favorite one is the one that he made no money off of. The Warriors is the mixtape. GTA 6 is the major label record deal. With 17 exclusive producers, if Rockstar said they were gonna give it another chance today, same graphics, same concept, I would pre-order that bitch today, no count. I'd be handing my wallet over to GameStop employees. I'm talking about immediately. Before that bitch even got a drop date, I just tossed that bitch like, here you go. But until then, we got the original that still hits the same. The Warriors, Rockstar forgotten masterpiece. Better melee combat than any GTA on Xbox. A prequel that actually made the movie better, which is like a microwave dinner and proving a restaurant is based on. Shouldn't be possible, but it happened. If you never played this, fix it. An Xbox version on eBay costs around like $7. That's less than a combo meal. Skip the fries and buy greatness. Like, subscribe, and comment.